Good morning from the southwestern desert, 8:31 a.m. Mountain Time as a dune buggy drives by. Out here, beautiful morning, February 20th, Tuesday. We got some really nice movement last night, some really exciting signals, high profit signals that were sent out. In fact, I almost want to jump right to that. So let me pull up this and look at this NAS trade. So what's interesting about this is I sent this out as a signal, but I'm going to turn it into an auto feed where you can take gold, NAS 100, US 30, and SPX 500, and it's all automated. Taking the signals is probably a little hairy because we'll take a look at that in the group, because it placed the trade, then it did some modifications to the stop loss and take profit, and this all happened pretty quick. What's interesting about this is look at how low the bid is. 70 cents, get my pen on here, 70 cents, 20 cents, and 10 cents for a $441.55 profit. Extremely nice. I got to do this again. In the club. So let's get on to the free signals account. Here is exactly what's going on. You can still enter this trade. I need to start talking about that because people come in and go, all right, what trade? If you're just coming into the group, or if you're in the group, doesn't matter. You can absolutely take this trade. How do I know that? It's not in profit yet. So, this probably went off last night, maybe. Yeah, so let's actually look at this on the chart. So this is the 4 hour. Let me scale it down a little bit here. So we entered a sell right here. The take profit is down below. It's moved away from us a little bit. Doesn't matter, whatever. We're going to scale into it. But this is absolutely a trade you can get into. And it kind of proves the fact that you don't have to take these signals exactly when they're sent. I mean, you probably should. The mathematics work out a little bit better for you, but in this particular case, it'll work out even better for you because you're getting in the sell trade at a better price. You just profit because that's kind of the nice thing about my system, my signal service, is if you look at the other signal services, they send you a trade, and usually what's interesting is I looked at a lot of them. Here's a trade idea. Now, this is a trade, right? When I send this out, this is a trade because we know what's going to happen. Profit. What they do is they send out and say, well, a lot of times they give you a range of where you could enter price-wise. So you're like, oh, should I wait? Should I enter now? Should I wait? Or they will give you a take profit and a stop loss. That's it. So the trade either hits your take profit or it hits your stop loss. And I always say this. Like if we had a stop loss on this in traditional trading, it would have hit the stop loss already. So you set a stop, you take a loss. I don't know why they do that. Frankly, I don't know why they do that. I guess they don't want to use an algorithm like I use. They don't want to understand mathematics and percentages and scaling in and dollar cost averaging. I just want to enter, and if it 2-to-1 ratio, you ever hear that one? So I'll set my take profit at 2 away from the entry, and my stop loss a 1 ratio away. I mean, it's like you're going to lose. You're going to lose most of the time. Like, this is going to be a great trade. I'll guarantee you that. This is going to be a great trade. It's a nice, slow, stable mover. It's going to be a great trade. But these other signal services are just not, I guess they're not ethical. They don't really know what they're doing. I had someone come into the group, and this happens all the time, come into the group a couple days ago and said, I'm brand new to this. I took the first trade that was available out in the free signals, and I won. I made a profit. What's happening? I'm like, that's how we do it. That's why I want this thing to really take off. I literally see. I'm gonna swear, so send the kids out of the room. I gotta swear. It's a simple little swear word. I don't understand how you can get 60,000 people into a group, which is what I see out there, of shitty signals. They're sending out shit. I'm not being negative. I went and took them. I go take the signals from the top. You could go out to YouTube and, look up signal services, and there's this one guy that shows up everywhere, and I go take his trades, and I'm like, oh, loser, oh, hits a stop loss, oh, loser, what the hell? What? Why do we have 60,000 people in this group of losing trades? So I thought, I'm going to come in and do it better. So that's what we're doing. So as far as the free signal, that's it. We're trading EUR CHF and some pretty exciting results on all of these accounts. So I'll give you an example. So if you look at, and I jumped ahead of myself there, so no trades closed in the last 24 hours or so. However, if you sort this for the week, the free signals account, I have to say it again, the free signals account, fxwithterry.com, has earned $252.60 in signal trades. I have to say this, and type it in the comments. How much did you bid? Because this is a signal. When I bid a 0.20, that means bid twice what you originally did if you went into this trade when I sent it out. If you wanted to wait, and we get to see what I'm going to look at here. So mostly what closed, I believe it was yesterday, was this massive basket of trades that we were in for, and I'm pretty sure this is the one. Let me look at the date here. Of Euro CAD. So anyway, this was a really good one. And this is an example of, a concept of my trades don't lose. And yeah, we went into a lot of trades here on EUR CHF. But mathematically, we're not losing. If you look at the very first trade, it was a negative $18.69. But about 3 trades in, we started to profit. We just kept taking profits, kept taking trades and profits. And like I said, for the week, $252.60 on the week? Like, I'm giving money away here. That's absolute insanity. So we're back on EUR CHF. It'll be a good trade. Now, let me go into the pause screen, and what I'm going to do is we'll go on to the premium signals. What's premium signals? It's a small monthly fee, and you get a lot more volume. The idea here is to go full auto. Go with the full auto trading. So everything comes into your account, and when you look at results like this in the history, in fact, let's look at for the month, $777.67. When I say for the month, we're looking back 30 days here. And that's typically what the MetaTrader 4 app is looking. The question is, what did you bid? But going full auto means each one of these was placed, opened, managed, meaning when a new trade is gone into and the take profit updates, the auto system will update the take profit on every one of those pairs that was entered. So it's just full auto trading. It's the smartest thing you can do. And then manipulate it from there based off of what we talk about in the morning. You get to see kind of like the big picture. Once you have the full auto account, you can look at it and see the big picture. You can take, I say this a lot, you can take my full auto system and pull it into a demo account and look at it on your mobile phone like I'm doing right here, okay? Showing it on the screen. And you can use that as your own signal. You could have started looking at this Euro Chief trade as it started to increase the bid and waited until it done that and then entered and bid a high lot size and done extremely well. Extremely well. So Euro Chief, you can jump into it at any time. you're going to do really well with that. So let's go on the pause screen, and then what I'm going to do is pull up my accounts here. I put a little bit more time on the timer, you can see, because I end up talking quite a bit through this. So let me pull up my accounts. Here's my account list. We just looked at the free signals, killing it, crushing it. I probably shouldn't send out that much profit for free, but I am. So spread the word. In fact, if you're in the group, fxwithterry.com, in the Discord group, go to the lower left-hand corner. You can become an affiliate. Become an affiliate. Promote this yourself. My affiliate system gives you kind of a weird-looking link. If you join as an affiliate, it's free. You can earn 50%, right? So anything that if you upgrade and you're paying for premium or full auto trade, or and you don't even have to be an owner of it. You can just earn profits. But my point is, if you go get a free affiliate link when you sign up for the program, send me a message, say, hey, Terry, make this look better, and I'll make it forward through my domain, fxwithterry.com, and it just looks that much better. Anyway, getting off track here. Let's go look at the premium signals. Let me pull it up on my end, and it's looking really, really good. Extremely good. So we're at about a $200 drawdown. Seems kind of average, right? We're taking about 10. Right now I'm taking 7 pairs out of the 22, just whatever 7 are active, to, make sure it's not that overwhelming. But in terms of, and I'll bet you I'm doing this again. I never even checked my microphone. I hate it when I do that. Let me do something real quick, because I'm stupid. Let me check and make sure that my system did not automatically, and I'll bet you anything it did. Nope, it didn't. Good. My input volume's good. Nobody's complaining this morning. I got the microphone like right in my teeth. So, other thing I have to do is kind of project my voice and talk a little bit louder. So, all right, let me give you the number of trades that are open. So it was about a $200 drawdown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 trades. Now I can share my screen. Look at this. Overnight, this EURCAD basket of trades closed at $169.24 profit. The question is, this was a premium signal that was sent out, and we've been holding on to it. If you look at, I think this was the one. I'd have to look at some of the dates. Maybe I'm wrong on this one. What one were we, now I can't even keep track. What one were we holding on to? Maybe it was that Euro Chief. Nonetheless, this closed, because really we've only been holding on to this. Yeah, if you look at it, I'll show you where I'm looking right here. So, yeah, we've been holding it since the 25th of last month. Like, what, 3 weeks? But, and Mark said this in the group, we don't control the market. We go into these trades. We know it's going to be profitable. You just have to wait it out. Trades close out. I don't really think that's a place to put your hope. I always tell people when they say, I hope, I'm like, to me, hope is an empty box that you carry around. It's an empty box that you carry around, and you hope that other people fill it up for you, right? Fill it up yourself with other things. Don't hope that these trades go into profit. They will, and it was extremely profitable. Yeah, Mark agrees with me. That's the one. First trade fired 125. I always, when I do this, I end up looking at this date over here real quick. My eyes go there, and I'm like, wait, the 20th? That's like today. Well, that's when it closed. So my eyes just always go to the wrong place. Somebody called me out the other day on Facebook. I posted a trade and said, look how much we made today. And they were like, you didn't make that today. I'm like, no, we did, okay, because this is the date that it closed, and this is the date when it entered, type of thing. So this is really impressive, and I'll say it again. I have to say this a lot. What did you bid? What did you bid? Because this is a signal. If you had the full auto account, I send out the auto trades at the minimum lot size, 0.01. So all of these trades would have been 01, 01, 01, 01, 02, 02, and you use that as a multiply factor. So you're like, my account can handle a 0.05, so I'll do 5x. So you'd have a 0.05, 05, 05, you'd have a 0.10 and a 10 trade, and you'd have made a really, really nice amount, right? So that is the premium account. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause, and I'm going to tell the premium subscribers, without showing everyone else for free, I'm going to pause, and let me go here, and I'm going to tell you, excuse me, what trades you can enter. If you go back to the premium signals area, which trades that are all open right now that you could enter. So, and I got to look at some of them a little bit closer to see how close they are to the take profit. Yeah, okay, looking good. So you could enter the AUD JBY basket of trades. And if you're not in it, you could just enter one right now and use the take profit from the latest. So AUD JPY could be entered. I'm not going to tell you buy or sell. You can see that if you're a premium subscriber. The next trade, let me dig into a little bit farther. I just got to look at the chart and see how far. Yeah. So the next trade is you could enter AUD USD. We're in 3 of those trades. You can enter one or more, however you want to do it. You could enter the EUR JPY trade. Pretty much you can almost always enter all these trades. So I'm just going down the list here. You could enter, let me zoom into this one just a little bit. There's one that looks like it's getting ready to take profit. Oh, not too bad. You still could enter EUR NZD. You absolutely could enter GBP JPY. You could enter GBP USD. And you could also enter NZD USD. So you could enter every currency pair in the direction that it has been sent out right now in the premium signals group. That's the power of this. I mean, if you look at some of these, they were entered a couple days ago. Yeah, one of them that you could enter was we entered like 4 or 5 days ago. You could enter these at any time before they take profit. That is an extremely powerful concept. All right, we're still on the pause screen. Let me look at my account list, and we're going to look at what we looked at next. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the gold. I'm calling it the high profit trades right now. I'm going to jump into that and show you that live because I'd like to see it myself. It is this one right here. Let's see what's going on. So this is a signal account that I'm getting ready to turn into a full auto account trading gold, US 30, NAS 100, SPX 500. So I believe, and I did a lot of tweaking over the last week and a half, I believe this is dialed the hell in. This is dialed in. Barring the server blowing up or not sending trades that it's supposed to, right? Not that that's going to happen, but so this is a signal account. So I sent out a gold sell trade this morning. Actually, it turned out it started out as a sell limit. So we placed the price, and then the price moved and launched off these 3 sell trades. So I'm spreading out the take profit. You'll notice I entered at 2027 on each of them, a sell. And then what changes is the take profit. So take profit here is 2025. Take profit on this one is 2021. And take profit on this one is 2016. So the point is, this is a signal. Now gold kind of like pushed this morning and it's stuck here. So no big deal. The interesting thing about this is if you compare bidding 70 cents, this will be a nicely profitable, again, it's a signal. You can bid what you want, right? What you do is you go in with your base bid amount, and then, like, for example, if my base bid amount was $10, it would bid $7 on this one, $2 on this one, and $1 on this one. right? And it scales the take profit. The moment the first one takes profit, the stop loss is moved to break even on the second one. So it really protects your profits along the way. It really does. And there's a hard-coded stop loss because this is so damn volatile. We are not going to scale into this. This is a hard-coded trade. And so if we come over to the results, my NAS trade this morning, amazing. But look how much it makes bidding 10 cents. $108. So you'd have to be careful not to overbid on something like this, because it probably hits your margin pretty hard too. But look, you can make $108 on a 10-cent trade? What? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So in this particular case, I'm bidding a base $1. So it puts 70 cents on the first, 20 cents on the second, and 10 cents on the... This is impressive. To bid a $1 total lot size and make $441. And if you look at the time frame, we went in at 16:30 and it closed at 16:52. A 22-minute trade at $441.55. And that's at the signal level. I'll say it again. How much did you bid? Extremely powerful. This, like, NAS 100 is going to be extremely powerful. Here was a thought of mine. When I turn this into an automated feed, and we've got, let's count them, gold, in my hand, gold, NAS 100, SPX 500, and US 30 as well, 4 pairs. You probably would want to split these trades into their own account. You'd probably want to take NAS 100 and only NAS 100 in an account. You might not want to, I mean, you could, if it's a demo account, you know, to get a feel for it, take them all. I mean, that's what my Signal account's doing, right? So extremely powerful, and we'll see how this gold trade turns out. Beginning of the week here, holiday yesterday, bank holiday, and not a lot of volume. If I hold my thumb over this and we look at the chart, not a lot of volume. So you can see that, let me zoom in just a little bit. You can see we just got some, kind of went sideways, back and forth. We're looking for it to come down in this direction. And it may or may not, or we'll hold it. So pretty excited about that offering. It's going to be an add-on. It's going to be an add-on, and I'm still thinking about pricing in terms of what it would cost to add this on to the full auto. I don't think it would be, although I'll share some of them once in a while, maybe just looking at, you know, maybe here's me sharing the trade in the morning. But I don't think it's a very valuable signal, because if we go look at something, let me share my browser with you. So stand by. Is that what I want to... Yeah, no, I want to share something else with you. I want to share the Discord group with you. Stand by. Let's go here. So if you go look at my high profit signals area, you can see where the NAS 100 closed here. But let's go back to the entry, and I want to kind of show you what it looks like. So here was the gold sell limit that got activated. So it launched up here, gold sell limit. So you probably could follow along with that manually, but here it was, NAS 100 sell. So I sent out the entry and the stop loss to take profit. Basically the entry is just enter now, right? That's really what I would do, and that's how I've got the system set. So this was trade number 2, trade number 3, and then what happened was the auto system did some modifications. So 2 modifications. So what happened was the old stop loss, and the modification is this: the first trade hit take profit. So then the modification has to be sent that says what the old stop loss is and what the new stop loss is. And to keep up with that manually, you could do it, but it's not the easiest. So that's what it looks like. And then obviously closed, sell. Oh, wait. And when it closed the second trade, it did a modification of the stop loss. It moved the stop loss from the old to the new and finally closed in profit. Extremely nice. Like, really impressed with that. So that's cool. Imagine when that's auto and you'll be able to plug right into it. Just wanted to show you that, kind of that mathematics. Let me come back here to the proper screen, and then what I will do, move some things around my screen here, erase that. What I'm going to do is go back on pause and let's look at the next account in line that we are trading. Let me look at my account list. So we looked at free, we looked at premium, we looked at gold. I have not looked at this yet. I'm going to look at this. My very large account. This might be impressive. We will see. Let's see if I can impress. Yes, I'm going to impress you. Okay. So you can see this is a very large account. Bidding large lot sizes. I'm in a Euro CAD right now at a $2,100 drawdown. No big deal. Are you ready to see what we closed last night when we closed this Euro CAD? $54,459.88 in this account. This is not a loss. I said my trades don't lose. All of these together contribute to this. So a $54,500 profit. If that's not impressive, I don't know what is. What's the point behind this account? Maybe a lot, right? But my basic point to show you is that this is an account taking my auto trades on a very large account, and it's fully managed. The trade is entered, the take profit is updated. When it closes, it closes the whole thing down and takes the profit. And hence kind of supports the concept of me saying, what did you bid? What did you bid? I'm not sending out signals and telling you what to bid. Almost everyone else is doing that. I'm not doing that. I am not sending out, again, signals telling you what to bid. You bid what you're going to bid. Extremely impressive. And we'll see this one, the EuroCAD, play out. Back to the pause, on to the next account. So the next one is my YouTube challenge account, which is we're trading 3,000 to 100,000. Let me pull that up. I'm losing my voice again. I don't know what's up. Here it is. Share it on the screen. So we're up $815 from the 3,000. These are all of the trades that are open. This CAD Chief looking pretty good. It's on the way to closing that one. The big thing is what we closed last night. Nothing. However, if we look over the week, not too bad. $126.68. So I'm not going to dwell on that too much. Let's go back to the pause. So the challenge account's working good. I'm no longer doing episodes for the challenge account. I'm covering it here in the morning update. So anyone following the original episodes, get on to my live morning update and you can see what the challenge account is doing. Eventually, like I said, it'll go ballistic because we have more money in the account. Let me look at my account list. Let's see. Okay, that was the challenge account. The next one I'd like to show you as an example is a $3,000 account, 500 leverage, taking all of the trades at a minimum lot size. So just to see how overwhelming my auto system can be, and typically it's not, or you can manage it, but right now it's pretty much manages itself, and I have not managed this account. We haven't We haven't had to make any manipulations, and that's really the point of me showing you this account. Let me pull it up, and then I'll talk about it. So that is account 945. 945, here it is. Let me show you this. So this is a proof of concept. Like, can you have a $3,000 account? In this case, we've earned $483.60. But can you have a $3,000 account, bid the minimum lot size, and take all of my auto trades? You absolutely can. We're in a $71 drawdown. Margin level percent, which is what I really focus on, 5,749%. That's, go take a nap. Everything's good. So couple dozen trades going on there, and if we look at what's closed out, interestingly enough, it looks like something. Yeah, I'll give you an example here. So you might say to yourself, so this is, I think this shows like the Euro CAD, and this is a good example. Like I say, what do you bid, right? Did you see that Euro CAD? Was it Euro CAD? I think it was Euro CAD where I made $54,000. What did you bid? So in this particular case, because this trade was held for quite a while, we took more fees than maybe we would have wanted to, but it still ends in a profit, just not a lot of profit in this particular case, because if you look back at the first trade, we had a swap of $2.15 and then a swap of $2.15. So it pretty much goes on here, 206. So that ate into the overall profits, but it's still profitable, right? Because if you look at the end goal, what is it? This is a net profit. I'll put it here, NP. This is a net profit, always. The mathematics always work out. But this is bidding absolute minimum. It held under that trade for a while, but it's all auto. I didn't touch it. I didn't enter those trades. I didn't update those trades. It's fully automated. And that's an example, proof of concept of what I'm doing. Mark says, that's exactly what I intend to do. 3 accounts, keep US 30, gold, and NAS separate. It's a smart thing to do because they're, they all hit your account at a different level. I mean, look at that NAS 100 and how much it made bidding a base lot of $1, 400 and something like that. That's just impressive. That's extremely impressive. All right, so back to the pause here. And let me see if there's any other accounts I want to share. So we did the gold, did that. I will show my 1K live account. That is, again, really proof of concept to show people that it's on full auto. It's trading 10 pairs are open of the 22 that are available. So let me pull this up. It is this account. Here it is. I'll just share it with you. I haven't even looked at this today. So we've made $89, almost $90, or $5 in drawdown, 7,900% margin level. Really just of the 10 pairs I said to trade, it's really only trading what? 1, 2, 3 pairs right now. No big deal. And if you look at the history, we closed out $1.53 overnight. This is all automatic. It's a $1,000 account, right? Like I don't want to overtax it, but over a year's time, over a few years' time, as it increases and grows, it's a really nice account. I see a lot of people come into this and they want people. The money that people want from this is always in the 10 to 20% range. People want 20% profit. The problem with that is, on a $1,000 account, you want a $200 per month, return on investment from that. Compounded over a year, that's better than anybody does in the market anywhere. Compare yourself to the S&P 500. I'm going to go off on a tangent here because this is really important. Let me share this and let's go here. So S&P 500 ROI, whatever I want to search here. Basic info, S&P 500 1-year return is 18.86% compared to 24.23% last month and a minus 9.72% last year. That's what I wanted you to see. The S&P 500, a Standard & Poor's index, was down 10% last year. People come into Forex, and I get it. You know what the first general thought is? I'm not cutting this down at all. I don't think it's the best way to look at it. But people will say, well, if I'm paying $150 a month for full auto trading, and I've started out with a very small account, I need that account to at least pay for what I'm paying for the full auto. And I'm like, that is the shortest term thinking. Because at first, when you get, let's talk investing, and again, I'm a hack. Don't listen to me. I'm a degenerate gambler. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, right? But I'm giving you opinion. Hopefully I'm entertaining you. I know I'm not that entertaining in the morning, but nonetheless, you do what you want with your money. However, there is a exponential curve that happens here. Whereas, let's say you start out with a $1,000 account, people are asking for 15% right out of the gate. Whereas you're better off, build up the account, $1,500, $2,000, $3,000, and at some point along the way, really what you would be looking for if you want to cover your, let me do some math here in the background. If you want to cover your monthly for the year, I'm just going to do some round numbers here. So you'd have to take a $1,000 account and turn it into $2,800 that year to cover your cost. That's absolutely realistic. And you could do better than that in some months and not that good in other months. But if you look at this over a 12, 18, 24, 36 month period, when the account grows, eventually your returns on the account, if you manage it, if you got some good markets, if you know what the hell you're doing, it would outpace whatever you were spending. So think about this. When you do an investment with a lot of these companies, I don't care if stocks or whatever you're going to do, whenever you're doing an investment, retirement investment, there's a manager or a broker that's taking their fee. I was talking to someone 2 days ago that their retirement account, and they're a pretty wealthy person, but their retirement account lost them $45,000 last year in the market. And they were like, do you think I can do any better in Forex? I'm like, I absolutely think you can do better than a $45,000 yearly loss. You know, break even would have been better than that, right? Yeah, right? A break even would have been a $45,000 profit. So what I'm getting at here is I would really rather people be more realistic than trying to make out of the gate 15, 20% a month. It's kind of depressing to me that people are hamstringing themselves wanting to get rich right out of the gate or pay for their entire, fees and costs. As this thing grows, your profits, done properly, your profits are going to outpace or at least break even at some point. That's what you're trying to get to. The first step is to get to break even, right? On any cost that you spent. It's the same thing with, people start a business. This is a business. Trading Forex absolutely is a business. You're in business. What's being in business? Go look this up in the tax code. The intent to make a profit. I'm trying to. Oh, you guys are talking in the. I won't even look at your comments right now. The intent to make a profit. That's what we're doing. So we're in business. People start a business, and within 3 months, 6 months, a year, they want to turn a profit. When people start a brick and mortar business out in the real world, tell me if I'm wrong. Go look this up. You can Google it. How long does it take for the investment of starting a brick and mortar business? I don't care. Start a fast food chain, right? It probably takes 3 years to break even. People starting Forex and want their tiny little Forex account to pay all of their business expenses up front. This is not tax advice. I'm not a tax advisor. I'm a gambling hack. You would be stupid to listen to anything I say. However, let's say I start this and my cost up front is a couple $1,000s. Okay? Let's say let's say I buy a lifetime license and I put $1,000 into account. So let's say now I'm in it for, let's say, $2,500. And you got $1,000 account. You spent $1,500 kind of getting the whole thing going, monthly fees and license and all this stuff. That $1,500 that you spent to get this going could be tax deductible. Like I said, I don't work for the IRS, but it is a business expense. So people trying to earn that $1,500 back that they spend getting the system going within the first month or two. You go start a business anywhere, it's going to take you 3 years to break even. So having these unrealistic expectations and getting into this business, because it absolutely is a business, it can be run like a business, you can trade it like a business, you should. People are getting in here going, well, I got $1,000 account, I got to at least make 15% a month. You don't even know what the hell you're doing. There's nothing wrong with that, but you got to learn. Here's typically what happens, and I don't tell people this because it sounds negative. It's the human condition, right? It's the virus of the mind. Here's what has to happen. When you start this out, most people are a little squeamish, start out with a small account. And I don't wish this upon anybody, and I hope your luck is better, and it's not luck, it's really skill set. You are most likely going to lose that entire initial account that you jump into. Here's why. It's human emotion. Here's why you're most likely, and I'm going to let you, blow out your entire first account. I mean, Mark, Derek, see if you agree with me here. How many accounts did you guys blow out? I don't wish this upon anybody, but here's what happens, especially with my system. So let's say someone sets up a $1,000 account and they start trading my full auto system. And they put it at minimum lot size. And they're like, wow, I'm winning every trade. In fact, I can talk about a member that came in a few years ago that kind of had this mentality, would not listen to me. I'm like, you shouldn't be bidding that much. And that was back when our systems were all individually built in the cloud, and I could see everybody's individual system. I could see what they were bidding. This guy was like, well, Terry, your trades never lose, because I said that, and he saw that. He wasn't going off of what I said. He saw it. So he just started cranking his bid through the roof. And then one day he's like, oh, Terry, my $3,000 account, it's $29 this morning. What happened? I'm like, don't ask me what happened. Don't ask me what happened. What happened was human dopamine and emotion. Oh my God, I made $1, I could make 10. I made 10, I could make 1,000. I made 1,000, I could make 10,000. Oops, the market went against me. The only thing that you don't know when you're first getting started is, what should you bid based off of potentially the worst case scenario that's going to happen given that current account size? Now, if you take your account from 1,000 to 10,000, then it's based off of, the 10,000. It's not based off of the 1,000. But let me look here. Derek says 100% blew 3 prop accounts and 1 live $28,000 account by thinking I got emotional and lost. Yeah. I mean, I've done the same thing. I'm not going to say I've. It's funny. Derek says 28,000. I remember losing $23,500 in one day. And this is not to scare you off. This, if you come into the group and you bid based off of my guidance and then manage based off of my guidance, you're good. But people won't do that. They won't show up to the live. They won't show their screenshot like I'm showing when things get a little tough. And they're like, oh, I'm just waiting. Oh, it's going against me. Oh, I'm just waiting. Oh, it's just entering more trades. It's entering more trades. And then I get a lot of, Terry, how do I shut it off? How's come you didn't run this on demo a little bit longer and get into one of those scenarios where you can overbid on a demo and see if you can manage out of it? Because you can. And I do. Last year I managed out of a $500,000 portfolio that was down 70%. I managed out of a $500,000 portfolio, I think maybe at about an $800 loss. And then the next few weeks we made that up. But I was playing the game. Oops, that's okay. Cancel that trade. All right, reduce this trade, partially close this trade. It was an odd thing, right? But what I have to suggest to you is that there is a happy medium bid size that you still will have to manage out of some trades at some point for the year. But overall, it's not one that just blows the account before you even wake up in the morning because you are way overbidding. Unfortunately, I know that person, and I hope they come back in and start trading, but that person had a couple live $3,000 accounts that they were bidding. On a $3,000 account, you probably shouldn't be bidding. If you're taking all the trades, you probably shouldn't be bidding more than about a 0.01, 0.02, and it'll be a really nice profit and it'll grow over the year. This person was bidding like $1, $1.50, $2, $5, and just crushing it for weeks at a time. Then all of a sudden wakes up one morning and his account is 17 cents. And then comes to me and goes, what happened? Well, what happened? You happened. And it's funny because that person came back and said, you told me. I told that person 100 times. I know it does really well, but you have to bid for that worst case scenario in the market. And if you're joining these lives and we're looking at this, I can see it coming. It'll happen all in one night, but not enough to blow out the account. And then we just manage it. Mark says, greed and emotion are powerful. Yeah, I love to package it all into one thing, dopamine. I said it to a person that's not from the United States and doesn't speak English the other day, and I said, oh, you're addicted to the dopamine hit. And they're like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I'm like, that. So that's something where you're not even aware of yourself. Dopamine is this chemical. It's a drug that just waves and showers over your brain. It makes you feel good. It comes from watching exciting movies and doing things that excite you, making a lot of money, losing a lot of money, those types of things. Do you know what your average, are you ready for this one? Do you know what your average fund manager shoots for? 2 to 6% a month. 2 to 6% a month. My system, do that all day long. All day long. What was it last year? The S&P 500 lost, I got to look back at this, I see it, lost almost 10% last year. 9.72% last year. Certainly, you could do 10% in a year with Forex. No promises. You probably can't because you're an emotional cuss, degenerate gambler like me. But it absolutely can be done. This is the, let's call it a business model. This is the best business model in the world you can be in. Why? I've been in a lot of businesses. With Forex, I don't have to do any marketing. I don't have to make any social videos. I don't have to place any advertisements. All I got to do is have my mobile device, get a solid service like I have, and pay attention to it. That's it. Am I ranting this morning? Maybe. Back to the pause screen. I want to see if there's... I think that's the end of the accounts. And then I wanted to look at one thing. That is the end of the accounts. Let me go back to 1 on the screen here, and then we're going to move on and look at a chart of US 30, and I'm going to show you something that I'm working on. So let me pull up this account so I have it on the screen here. 849, 849. There we go. So back to the free signal. This is the one that's live. The world can enter a EUR CHFL right now. You should do it. In fact, I'll show you. Set your take profit right now based off of this trade at 0.95047. Do it. Do it. If you're brand new, enter this trade. Absolutely. So let's go to the browser, and I want to show you something I'm working on. It's kind of interesting. Drew some lines before we got started. So this is US 30 5-minute chart, and we've been talking about news trading, and it got me deeper into the concept. The news trading automated bot that I have does pretty well. However, there's a better one. I wanted it to do something different, and I'll show you what I wanted it to do, and this is going to be pretty powerful, and I'll show you that what would have happened had I launched it this morning on US 30 at the New York Open, which is 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. This particular candle, I will draw a line on the chart and then remove it because it kind of, I want a vertical line. So if you look, I believe it is, yeah. So this candle right here, where I got this vertical blue line, and I'll delete it because I want you to be able to see the wicks. That is the 5-minute candle that started at 25 past the hour, so at 9:25 past the hour. So that candle establishes the buy and sell zone. So what my automation will do, and I'm going to delete this. So we know it's this green candle right here. So we got all these little short ones, and this is the 5-minute before. What my automated system will do is it will place a sell limit at, let's say, 10 points below the wick, and it'll place a buy limit 10 points above the wick. Okay? So let's say that was the scenario, and then you can see this wick right here. The price was up here, moved over to this candle at 9:30 a.m., pushed down 50% of the previous candle, didn't come anywhere near launching the sell trade, which is kind of the point of this, and then it did a propulsion up, then it pulled back into the zone, and then it kept going. Okay. In this particular case, what would have happened is this blue line would have been a buy, a pending buy. It would have launched that buy, and it would have followed the price up with a trailing stop and probably made a profit somewhere up in here, and it would have been extremely nice. And it happens like that. It happens in 5 minutes. Okay. So wherever this thing goes, now this is called a push or a trending day. Sometimes the price stays inside of the previous 5-minute candle, doesn't do anything, and then maybe busts out at the end of the day, up or down. But this automated system that I'm playing with, which I really, really fell in love with, is that it doesn't just set the pending buy and sell order based off of a pip distance from where the price is. It looks at the previous candle. So when that candle closes, it knows the moment this next candle opens, the price was right here. It opens this pending buy and pending sell, and then it got triggered, and then it trails the price up. You can even trail it kind of like an HFT or a high frequency trader, you can trail it by the tick. So if it push, you can have it tick right behind it, and then as the price moves back, it takes profit. So you do that every morning. You do it at maybe a risky lot size, so on and so forth. So I would like to be able to turn this into, and I don't want to overwhelm you guys, but it's really not that hard to do, and I want to make this the most valuable system out there. I believe I could turn this, I don't believe, I know I can. I could turn this into just a US 30, I'll probably call it, US 30 propulsion technique, because it's different than my US 30 high profit trades that are in the, in the gold basket, all that stuff. That's different method. But this, I could easily send this out as an automated signal every morning. The system would place the pending trades. It would trail the price. And it does have a stop loss, because if the price moves back, or if it just launches the buy trade and moves back, it'll take a stop loss. And then, like for example, it could push up, launch the buy trade, move back, hit the stop loss, and then go down and launch the sell trade and go into profit. Absolutely does that all the time. But what's interesting about this concept is that it's automated. It's fully automated. So you could plug into it. And it's kind of a win-lose type of concept. You're not getting into a trade. In fact, it also has a concept designed into it where it'll just close you out at the end of the day. Just close out at the end of the day. You don't want to hold these trades over the New York close, and you don't want to hold on to them, right? It's in, out, make some quick money, or make a quick loss. It's quick, right? Get in, get out, and hopefully the concept, typically it does, the concept of the profit outweighs any losses that you might have to take. I mean, you might take 3 days worth of losses and then have a runner, a trending market that pushes so far, and you make an insane amount of money. It's absolutely possible, but it's all automated. It's an algorithm, and it's better than any human could do, and that's how I like trading. All right, my coffee is now cold. Let me come back here. That's it. Let me see if there's, I see I got a little bit of activity from the two highly hyperactive people in the group, Mark and Derek. Let me just see if there was any question in here anywhere. Spring. Okay, you guys were talking about some song. Derek talks about. Yeah. Derek says, yep, as Terry once said to me, get greedy, get burned. You got to be in it for the long run. Yeah, trust the system, trust the process, trust yourself to be able to manage it. Had a new member come in the other day, trade for about a week, go, oh my God, this is amazing, jump into the auto trading, been in the auto trading for a week, and ask me how much they can increase their bid. And I'm like, what? That's up to you. Or you could probably increase your bid a massive amount. But I said, what's missing from that statement is, do you know how to manage it and manipulate it if you've bid in a market that has pushed so far against you that your margin level percent is hurting? Nope, I don't know how to do that. Okay. And it's not that hard. There's no way for me to, well, here's how you manage. Someone said that to me. How do I manage? Well, I don't know. What's the scenario? How much did you bid? How far is it against you? What trade are you in? What's the trade doing? It's a very unique scenario. That's why I go live every morning, because we are going to get into those scenarios, and we're going to get into them, because look at all those diverse accounts that I have. We've got the Signal account. I've got a $1,000 account. I've got a $3,000 account that's taking all of the trades. I got the $3,000 to $100,000 challenge that's taking 10 of the 22 currency pairs. We've got the golds. We've got the gold trades, US 30. We got a lot going on. Like, we're going to get into a management scenario. And until you learn, what's the best way to do? Practice. People don't want to do it. They want to get rich and make money. That's fine, right? If you want to practice with your live money, it will be painful learning experience. That's okay. I did it. How many $3,000 accounts did I start that I blew out within 2 weeks? 30 30 of them. But that was before I had the system, before I understood what was going on, so on and so forth. Derek says, does it remove the trade that does not open? Absolutely. And in fact, it can be set to either, so let's say you have a pending buy, pending sell, the buy launches, the sell's going to be down there. Once the buy closes out, it automatically closes out the pending sell. Or, like I said, you can program it any way you want. You can keep that active. I wouldn't do that. But yeah, it is 100% automated. Once I set a certain type of set file in that thing, we'll just watch it roll. What I will do at first is I will simply create it, launch it. I'm not trying to launch too much at once. I'm trying to get the gold signals and stuff set up, or what I'm going to call the high profit trades. I'm calling the basket of gold, NES 100, SPX 500, and US 30. I'm calling that high profit trades, and then that's going to be a high profit trade feed. And then I'm going to have the US 30. We'll call that, the US 30 feed and some sort of US 30 something. And then we'll have the automated feed, the 10 pip automation, and the free signals, premium signals come from my 10 pip automation. People tend to say that I make it too confusing. No, I want to give you all kinds of different options. I want to be able to, as a service provider, provide all of the angles. There are people that like to trade just gold, or just US 30, or just, anything else. So, yeah, I think we're going to end it there. No more questions. I'll let you guys go. Tuesday, February 20th. I'll see you tomorrow, Wednesday. Had some really nice movement. I think we're going to get some nice movement today. And the one thing I will look at real quick here before we go is to see what that gold trade is doing. Gold is pretty much just sitting there, going nowhere. That's fine. We'll see what happens. So that's it. Appreciate you watching. I will see you guys in the group, fxwithterry.com. If you're not in there, if you're watching this on YouTube and you're hovering, come in and take some of the trades and make some money, even if you do it on a demo account. I will see you guys in the group and see you tomorrow. Take care.